Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am working on, it's another Mission Inspiration project. This one was in August, though I'm creating it in September. And eventually I'll get to September's, maybe before the end of the month. So August's Mission Inspiration was perfect patterns. And it says abstract, geometric, repeating, natural, or made with human hands is what it is. And the colors are sage, peach, and plum. So this was my peach, and I decided I would just do half of the triangle, or half of the square, which is a triangle, in peach. And I wasn't sure about the other side. I was thinking I would do it with the sage, but I end up not. Let's see. There are 5 ingredients. One is tickets, fabric, border, lettering, and lines. And I really didn't think about it. I could have gotten a fabric with a pattern. I just grabbed what I had sitting here. Which it does have a pattern, but it's really subtle and hard to see, and I chop it up. So to go with the pattern theme, I decided to use this stencil. I really like the uneven squares in it, and I'm going to use the plum. And at first I was thinking I would do this all the way around the border, and then I decided I didn't want it in a border. You'll see. I take it off, and I'm like, oh, I like it, but I don't want it all the way around. So I decide to put it back down and just do another row. Trying to line it back up. And not an even row, starting with the next one down. And then I'm thinking, ooh, I could possibly repeat that and make it kind of a repeating pattern. This time I'm adding a little bit of tape to hopefully help me not go in the holes I don't want to go in. And create a repeat. See, we've already got pattern going on. Alright. And one of the prompts was ticket. And I have a couple of different stamps that are ticket patterns. So I decided to stamp them across and make it look like, tickets come on a roll, so there's like a whole strip of tickets. That's kind of the idea of just putting them in a row like that. And that one's right on that fold, and I'm not in the middle, so it's a little off kilter. But I think it stamped fairly evenly there. Now I'm just cleaning it off, and then we'll use the next stamp, which you can see it's nice and clean. I've never used it before. Had them for a while. It's part of a set that has a bunch of different kinds of tickets and stubs and things. So I'm doing similar to what I did with the purple, where I'm starting down lower and, further to the right. Can you see the repeat pattern that I'm creating? Am I making any kind of sense? Alright, so I've got that one, and I found a quote, and I was trying to see if I wanted to mat it with that paper that has kind of a sage green color on one side. But then I decided, oh, I've got to do a border, so I am drawing wiggly lines for the border. So that takes care of border and lines, right? And I'm just making a couple of squiggly lines all the way around. Well, they're not too squiggly. They're semi-straight. Alright, so now I'm going to do the fabric portion, and I decided to cut them into kind of rectangle strips, and I thought maybe doing it with the rotary cutter would be better. I probably should have like pressed this material. I probably would have melted it with an iron if I'd have tried that. But even after doing it with the rotary cutter, getting the sides straight as possible, this material, if you tug on it, it just goes sideways. You'll see. You'll see. You probably don't need to see me doing all of this, so I'm going to cut to the end of cutting out the fabric. Okay, so once I had a long strip, I just cut rectangular strips off, as you can see there. Yes, I'm being very slow at it. And I decided to do the same thing with the sage portion, sage green portion of that paper, instead of using it to frame the quote. So I'm just making some rectangles out of that, and we'll do something with that. Okay. So just by tugging on one corner of that fabric, it just is no longer square. And I tried to get it to go back, and I couldn't. So I take the next one and put some glue down. And see, it's already got a corner going off sideways. So I decided to just trim that. And then you'll see when I do the next one, I'm not realizing what's happening yet. There, I did it again. That time I just pulled it off, and yeah, there was no saving it. So I got to be really careful and not tug on it in any way to keep it rectangular. So they're not perfect rectangles. It's okay. And I decide 3 is all that's going to happen, because that was not fun. No, it wasn't that bad. Alright, so then I decide to take these sage green color and do a repeat pattern with them across the bottom. So this page, probably not my favorite. It's real simple, but better than the last one. I don't know. I'll have to think really hard before I do September, so I can make sure it turns out, I don't know, better. Gotta up my game, right? Maybe go look at a couple of people's projects that are already out there for September. Give me some ideas. Is that cheating? I used to feel like that was cheating. Alright, I'm putting a few across the top section, so it's in more than one place. Fabric doesn't get to be in more than one place, but it's kind of purplish, so it goes with the purple that's already there, right? And then I'm just going to add the quote. Oh, I decide to put a little purple border, paint border, around my quote. So I just do it with my fingers. I take a little bit on my finger and then just go around the paper with it. And the quote, which I Googled for pattern quotes, was, "Everything has a pattern, you just need to notice." And it's by Jayanti Shinha. Not sure how to say that name, but I thought it fit. Do you notice all the repeating patterns in my little book? Little page? I hope you liked that. If you did, let me know. Leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Always appreciate it. And I've got a couple of snapshots here at the end, just so you can see it a little bit better. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day.